Uh-oh. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Match warm-up. We've got 1 minute till it kicks off. We've got the 3-5 Marines taking on Exodus tonight in Week 5, Summit 5, Season 5. This is a big one on our hands, folks. Both teams 2-2. It means one of them will advance to the Summit bracket while the other one is forced then to go to the Valley. So every little bit is going to be important here, folks. We've got 3-5. We've got EXO. Season is on the line. Do you want to go for the best of the best or best of the worst? That is your trophy choices after this. Let's give some forget about it's in the chat. Four seconds till we kick off here. Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen. One truck down to start. We meant to follow just to be able to see if anything were to happen, and oh my god. EXO off to a fantastic start. I'm your host, Don Gotti. Agent Stone has already jumped out. I'd say plans are slightly changing. You see the rocket barrage inbound. We're going to try to see if it gets any of them. Ah! Rockets away, rockets away. More rockets coming. Brian riding tall on the supply truck. Boom! And it goes. Two of the three trucks have been taken out by EXO to start the match. EXO with huge cap pressure. Oh, baby. You want the best views? You came to see the best views, folks. If you're tuning in right now, I got them. I got them, and you know it. That's why you're here. Forget about it, huh? Cap Guns, Whittle, Cross, Vengeance. The gang is here. And boy, oh boy, is EXO off to a quick start. Ladies and gentlemen, Blue Chew running the command spot tonight for 3-5. Dirty mounted up there with that MG. Going to be hard to cross anywhere with an MG already mounted up. This looks to be EXO's. EXO's already filled out, filing on over, filling out the gaps. You see Garrison Network going up by 3-5. But we're about 3/5 capped for EXO right now. Ooh! Artillery coming down. Artie's going to be nasty today. I do have a feeling it will be ensuring that nobody stands completely solid within this point of Southern Edge. Those of you that have been here before, Southern Edge, a huge problem to keep hold of, but also a huge problem to take. All this open ground forces you to use some combined arms, etc., to really get things going, and that's what it's going to take tonight. Vengeance, Whittle, you see Cap Guns still mounted up in the point here. Everything seeming to explode, no truck being left alone. Cannon comes in, almost takes out Bergs, but it looks like it hits. Oh, perhaps got a bit of an armor duel coming out off in the distance. We've got Death facing crew. Where are we at? There we are. Ooh. Something went down. Just being brutally picked apart here. We've got Recon Tank harassing the PZ-4. That's Savvy and Yenzer. Not even sure if they can see each other, but Dylan and crew trying to get out of there. We'll get back to the action soon. We may as well get this while we got it, folks. Ooh. Oh, Cheeks trying to send one in to save the PZ4. Not going to be good enough. PZ4 rotating. I'm not sure what the recon tank is doing. I don't know if they thought they had it or what. They couldn't have ran out of ammo already, but nonetheless, easy work made of them. EXO with the original cap. Tate off to the side. Mirage going to be one of the only ones on the point. Vengeance and cap guns here. Right side of your screen going to be one of the only ones to try to hold off this push by 3-5. A lot of guys coming now directly up the main road. Going to be easy pickings for cap guns once he looks over this way. Looks like he's in his map right now and has no idea that the enemy's progressing in front of him. Yeah. Focus very intently on his map while Spears just walks right along by. Field snipe. Looks like he's stuck on a tree over there. Must be lagging a little bit. I'm not completely sure. Oh, yes. This is greatness, folks. Absolute ridiculousness. I do believe this was a Japanese server. I could be completely mistaken. I might have mixed up this one from the one I played earlier, but not looking too great as of yet. Probably going to have to restart. Yowza. But we're going to keep it going. We're going to see what happens here. Dang, I wonder. Let's go ahead and leave admin cam. Oh, we can't even do that. Poop on a fiddle. With a stick in the middle. Damn it. Well, folks, I apologize for any delay here. I'm going to go ahead and pull up Discord. Let's try to see what's going on. Connection to the server timed out. There we have it. It's about time we get that message here, but we're unable so far to even X out of it. Just a total shit show. We'll try to get back in as soon as we can. It does appear they've just restarted the server, so we're going to get back into it moments from now. Let everybody get back in. Hopefully we can get it figured out for you. We're going to have to close. We're going to have to close on out of it, folks. Go right on back in. Forget about. Well, while we do that, we are going to go to a technical timeout. We're going to bring the overlay right back up. Gonna work on getting back in. Alright, folks. Well, we're going to keep it locked and loaded right there. I don't think it's worth stopping and restarting. So we're just going to let it roll. For right now, we've got a little bit of a technical timeout going, but hang out with us. The server lagged out completely, as you saw. They had just reset the server before the game, so we're not sure why, but it's being reset again. Everybody's getting back on. Excuse me, they just got to figure out how they're doing so. So as soon as that's a thing, I will be the first one to let you know, of course. Oh, fuck, that went down the wrong way. What a wild start that we've got going on tonight, folks. But hey, that wasn't a fart. That was my hand on the couch there. But anyways, or not the couch, but this here fancy chair I got. It's not really that fancy though. Anyways, the show must go on. It will go on. We're just going to be slightly delayed. Hang tight. Yeah. Chicken tikka masala. Alright, chat. Little update. Whew. Sorry, Chad, you're gonna have to hear me clear my lungs. Just smack the holy shit out of that bone. Alright, just let the stream know, let the chizzy chat know where it's at. Let's see. See if we can get back up in this bitch. Yeah. Oh man. This shit I hate. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. 3-5 servers are running outside of McDonald's on their Wi-Fi. I am fucking dead. I am dead. We are chilling. Shoo-ba-ba, shoo-ba-doo-ba. Du-du-du. Unfortunately, I can't tell you how long it's gonna be, but I am keeping up with everything. Obviously, you guys are in on the other shit, but looks like 22nd is up 3-2 against ANZR. I could be wrong. I believe that's what I said. Curious to see how the rest of these matches go. Let's see. shit. So it does look like we're going to get a full restart here, folks. Obviously, the only thing that makes sense, but we do still have that nuts ass opener on cam. I mean, we got it. It's here on the stream, so we're going to keep it. It ain't going anywhere. We are going to wait and see. This is going to be an extra long stream, but hey, forget about it. I don't want you guys to have to wait that extra half an hour if I decide to restart it. So, things I do for you, you know? Forget about it. We're having fun. Boom. Boom. It's on. This. This. Boom. Was I? Man. Fuck me. Alright, folks, so. We're back. We dropped the Black Album, then we backed out it. So let's do target, let's get off to all is 2, so. Oh, there we are, there we are, there we are, there we are, there we are. Alrighty, folks, here we are again. We are back. I want to make sure you don't miss this so we didn't lose a single second. You will only be 30 minutes behind because that's how we had it set up anyways, baby. So we are here, we are there, we are everywhere, but we're doing it for you, I promise. Anyways, coming at you moments from now, we are restarting. Just waiting on a couple last second guys to get back in here so they can finalize this. Of course, leave it to this game to have a little asterisk by it. Whew, yeah. Game start 9 p.m. That's rough. You wouldn't even get, excuse me, to watch the main. That's wild, dude. That half hour behind everything is insane, given the just given everything, everything else. But here we are. We're just waiting around, nosing around in the friendly HQ here. Blue Chew and crew back at it, hoping not to be the ones getting dicked down. Off to a rough start, so lucky for 3-5. Things kind of went the way they did. Unlucky for EXO. After those awesome rocket snipes that we caught, we still gonna have to not count that. So oh well. But anyways, we're here. We got the cam ready. We got everything turned up for you. It's Foy and the absolute nightmare that it is. You all know. Comment. Both teams 2-2. Shabba dabba doo. Waiting, waiting, waiting again. As we often do. You guys know how it is. Yeah, messy one indeed. Boy, oh boy. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Southern edge is the midpoint. Boom. Let's get right up in this mess, you guys. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. It was right. You motherfuckers better watch where they park. God damn. Homie's about to get fucked up. Dude, watch these trucks, dude. I hope Old Wood parks way somewhere different than they did last time, because that was a mess real quick. Lucky that you get to learn from that as quickly as this is. Rematch couldn't have come at a better time for 3-5. We're definitely going to stick with the trucks, though. We're going to see if anything like that happens again. I'm just baffled, Jeffy. Let's put it that way. Got me some dragon fruit power C vitamin water. I love this stuff. Damn. It's good, but we have started. We see Nam, we see Bergs. Try to get a bigger picture of everything. Maybe we can get it. The whole guy. You saw it happen literally like right there, just meters in front of this truck. I hope they don't end up doing it again. Incredible. "24 seconds. 24 seconds!" Does it happen again? We are about to find out, folks. I'm your host, Don Gotti. Summit or Valley? That's the question tonight. Oh. Yep. Luke's firing off from the distance. Doesn't get anything this time. But hot dog, here come the rockets. They're up. They're up. Oh man, tough luck there. Look at that. Oh, rockets raining. Absolute carnage. Does the other one get taken out is the better question. Does he manage to live? One truck gets through. It's got 3 squad leaders. Cap pressure going the way now of EXO. Yet again, Cap Guns returning to his former position. Dirty, assumably looking to get right back up there. He gets taken out, though. So slight delay to the plan, but Whittle, Randleman dropping. You see there on screen. Monticello and Whittle kind of having a back and forth there, if you will. Vengeance getting involved in the mix. A transport truck goes up in flames. We've got... whose supply truck was that? Oh, that's going to be an EXO supply truck. Shots come back here near Sin and Detto. See Recon tank making his way up. This is a solo. This is going to be Cheeks. EXO is going to look to utilize some cover to keep this guy from potentially getting just one tapped, but also make him a dangerous force to be reckoned with, because that cannon can do a whole lot of damage. Smelling Wood over there is the only one with realistically eyes on this guy, so good spot to be in. Another flare goes up for 3-5, marking up the point. 3-5 getting a little bit better of a start this time, I think, but nonetheless doesn't change anything. I'm gonna say it on stream, that way when somebody gets pissy later because they lost, perhaps, maybe not, but if it happens, we're gonna know. Similar setup to last time. You see, it's really just what the map allows, depending on how that start goes. Now, unfortunately for unfortunately for 3-5, man, that was huge. That darn truck getting taken out again. They lost 2 the beginning of last time. Ooh, PZ4 taking another shot. You see the armor unit straight out there. That's going to be Girth Brooks and crew. Not certain if they're able. Yeah, no proper sightlines any longer for this crew. We'll be able to get a little bit of repairs going. Cap guns and crew holding off this push. You see armor unit trying to help cap guns there. Joker gets the better of him though. We've got more 3-5 pushing up the road. Let's go check off to the east. Southern edge being the direct midpoint. We're going to have a lot of battles going on around the map. You see Poopy Fish, Tate, and Mirage out here fighting off Spears, Sandman, Edgy McEdgerson, Matthias, and Tau. It's like a supply drop, allied supply drop landing in the distance. I'm going to get back to here. Brittled Little looking off in the distance, trying to scope some people out. 3-5 trying to mount a push. You see the light tank parked behind, already raining down right on top of it. Carson Gren slinging some lead with the MG. Vengeance, Whittle, Cap Guns, Cross. Same folks that have been in the entire time. 3-5 with another flare going up. Cross is sending another one up as well. Both teams, you see the color here is outrageous. Let's see, can't we check this out? Toggle the filters. Ah! Alright, we're not gonna do that. That's something that can be done. Haha. Travie and Cap Guns trying to work south. The goal is to progress south of Southern Edge. If you can take this area, especially this broken house here, and then any more, the more you're able to take, the harder it is to get this point back. So much open area here on Foy. Really gonna be a hard time. You see armor rounds popping in from everywhere. Trillium just going down here over on the right side of your screen. Hangman, verbal predation. Gonna be running into each other very soon. Luke's firing off into the distance. Trying to get this 3-5 crew. It's coming up the road. Quick look at the map. Great Garrison Network being set up. Obviously, we need to get some more over on the eastern side, but pushing all lanes right now, trying to do anything they can to clear EXO out of any part of land that they are able to do, thus giving them a little bit more control and ability to move around the map. That's realistically what this is about, and Foy is one of those maps that are just absolutely brutal, and they're very tactical. It comes down to really winning your gunfights and setting up in the right spots. So EXO looking right now to kind of have those lanes covered, especially what you see with all these machine guns, AT guns, etc. Makes it even more difficult for armor to assist the infantry, and they've got to watch out for extra threats like that. Let's tune in over here with Poopy Fish and crew. Cheeks working around with these guys. Not a whole lot going, more of just a battle of land here. Trying to secure. Sorry about that. My edgy goes down. Not a lot going on. It's pretty much a stalemate at this point. Just a back and forth of wits and shots. You see You see 3-5 trying to advance, but everywhere left to go simply is open field. And when you've got shooters at this level, folks, they don't miss a whole lot, so it makes it that much more difficult when you got expert level guns at your head. But I digress. We've got 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 40 seconds left in this matchup to see exactly which one will go to Summit and which one will be forced to go to Valley. So I appreciate you guys tuning in as well. Trillium, Banksy, Rakondo, Puff Puff Pass. Marking back here more on the defensive, trying to hold off Z-Fork, Diesel, and crew. Moving their way in up this road here. 3-5 putting a good amount of pressure realistically up here. You even see the armor crew moving in. Girth Brooks, Twisted, and Wizard. Rockets go out, it's not going to do anything there. Hangman coming up short. We are going to get right in the mix. Oh, golly. Luke's popping off. Allied tank, I believe it's been engine, yeah. Doing its best to get something in, but not going to be much. Hangman sending one right at him. Shots ricocheting from every direction now. You see the Axis armor in the distance. Absolute pounding this is taken right now. Hangman finally finishes him off. What a mess that was. You got to love that. Holy cow. Absolute amazing display. Southern Edge still under EXO control. Going to take a lot to take this back. You see We look off to the eastern side. It appears that EXO is now moved up more and more. Cheeks and the boys pushing Sandman and crew back. Top tier guy mounted up here. You see Rocket goes right by the camera. That's going to be Winters and crew. Larger look at the battlefield for you guys. This is competitive hell let loose, guys. This is competitive at its finest. You see this absolute stalemate going on, and that is why midpoint is that important in these beginning openers. You see all these truck snipes at this level, etc., etc. That is because of things like excuse me, things like this. I mean, these are guys that play the game a lot. They've got a lot of experience. They're skilled at what they do. And they are no easy task to take a point from, and that is where it comes down to it. You see Smellinwood and Ledford, Sergeant Bob Rosk, Lieutenant General Bergs, Storia, Monticello, the Muhammad, all of which 200 mere meters away from taking Southern Edge, unable to do so because of Cap Guns, Detto, Travie, Whittle, and some others with a little other angle on everybody. Look, you see Ledford and Skeeter trying to make a push. They've got a few smokes up trying to cover their tracks. Oh, this could get good. Skeeter making his way, making good movement. Does Vengeance see him? That's the thing. Vengeance doesn't have eyes. Does Travie have eyes? Skeeter drops Travie. Vengeance sees him, though. Goes down. They're both... Everybody's down. Ledford able to move up, though. Ledford's got a clear line of sight. Whittle peeking around. Ledford drops, but not before he got his OP up, folks. That's what we're talking about. That's what it counts. And hopefully it just doesn't spawn him right there in the open field so Whittle can just pick him off instantly. But we're going to find out. You see Southern Edge flooded now. Oh yeah, everybody drops. Whittle goes down thanks to an AT round, leaving Ledford able to progress. He doesn't see Detto. He does see Detto. He takes a shot. He misses. He gets him now. Cap Guns with the grenade toss. He knows where the OP's at. Oh, it's going to come up short. You see the grenade just there. Manages to hurt the bodies. Oh, splits their wig right there. Gets a grenade off right before he dies. Absolute carnage. Kobe 1 and crew trying to take on Mirage, but that MG42 being absolutely ruthless. Ghost able to continue his progression. Kobe 1 severely, oh man, just completely overwhelmed with that MG42's fire. Ghost going down isn't going to help any. The Muhammad steps in, takes them both. What a save, what a save. Ladies and gentlemen, Southern Edge still under EXO control. We're at 1:11 left. We've got a bombing run inbound by 3-5. That's north of the point, I'm assuming, to try to take out this garrison. But they keep placing over here in the by this house, but if that's the case, if they did so again, it may have been taken out. Not sure. Tiger perched up, looking down the road, ready to fire. Let's see. May have been this one, I guess. I guess this could be this guy, this crew right here. 75, Soda Bear Duders. Bible Swan's crew over here rocking the 75. You see them. Not much in their sight lines, but they're not working with a whole lot either. You saw that Tiger has complete control of that main road. They're going to have to work their angles. 3-5, arguably with one of the better armor crews in the game when they're at their peak. You saw them win DMT Season 4 last season. Quite a fun performance to see. Went up against LGN again and actually beat them twice. That was they were the ones that sent LGN to the losers bracket, but I digress. This isn't DMT, this is Summit. Their tankers are pretty top notch. However, let's take a peek here, see what we got going on. EXO just doing their best to crawl, take as much ground as possible. If Capguns is able to get up here and get some cover, perhaps an OP in these trenches, it's going to be huge for EXO. Every little bit to protect the southern edge is going to help. We all know that. Anybody who's played this game before knows that is exactly the case. In the bottom of your screen, crawling in, trying to make a push. You see Lieutenant Bergs, Eli Pope. Oh, Pope goes down. Getting a smoke screen, trying to get some ground here. This is what needed to happen all along. I'm glad to see the level that it's happening at now. Lots of cohesion here, moving these smoke grenades along. Bergs has got to get to the trench, or if nothing else, perhaps this broken house here. Fear they're not going to see Deado. We wouldn't even see Deado if it weren't for the admin cam. Push ends up going down. 3-5. Working their way over here still. Trillium and crew tuning in. Trill's not even watching down the road anymore. They've pushed him back so far. Able to get some crossfire on these 3-5 guys. You see Jimble's mounted up. The moment he fires with that machine gun, it is absolutely over for him. Unless he's facing right at Trillium. Diesel able to send some shots down range. You see Z-Fork as well. Some of the other guys making their way in, of course. Going to be interesting to see how this one progresses. Not a whole lot of pressure. You'd think that more guys were holding off this whole push here, but realistically, there's no shots even being fired. It's just not moving. Perhaps trying to get everybody together to push as one, I'm not sure. Puff pass going down in the trees over here. We're way out to the west. Agent Stone, Skeeter, you got loot up 420. Picking guys apart over here. We're at West Bend, folks. We're way west here. Check out to the east now. East still appearing to be much of a stalemate as well as the rest of the the rest of the map. Although it does appear EXO starting to wrap around. You see, we've got some penetration coming. Guys within a couple meters of the commander there. Actually, nobody around. So this is all EXO territory right here, other than that one little OP. So we're gonna see how this goes. Sandman, if he's careful, will be able to slide up and clap cheeks here. That's right, pun intended, baby. Ooh, rocket comes in. We've got Iowa. Probably trying to hit Spears or Carson Grin. You see Spears mounted up with the EMG. The moment that thing pops off, it will be catching some attention. Spears launches a recon flare, so they're going to know exactly where these EXO guys are. Riddled Little sending one for range. Does not connect where he wants it to go. Spears popping yet another flare. Able to just continuously refill. Knowing every step this EXO squad is taking. Again, these guys over here in much of a stalemate as well. Not much chance of progressing across the fields here when you have guys at literally every angle that will shoot you. What is going on here? Let's see. I think this is going to be where the line breaks through. I think EXO realizes that and they are taking advantage of it. They've spent a lot of manpower to this side, and if they're able to slide right on up the road, they can completely backdoor 3-5 here. They're able to maintain mid and do that. Get that extra pressure to the east of 3-5. You see the spawns mostly east of each other, you know, just parallel to each other. Right along the map. Rockets coming out still. They can touch. They're that quick and quiet and easy. It's like your first time. Tau, Who Knocks, Painter, Monticello. Lots of squad leaders sending some pressure this way for 3-5, trying to take out this EXO push. Really the biggest point of contention for EXO so far in this 3-5 backline. We can tune in here with Deathface and crew pulling up in the 76, trying to scope out any Tigers on the scene. They hear the shots fired. That's going to be the friendly armor down there. Sending shots toward cap guns now. Ooh, Whittle going down. Cap guns POV. Trying to get a peek in. You guys want to see what it's like? Yep, it's almost like he knows. And absolutely obliterated there. You saw the man just completely disappear. We thought we were going to get some. Let's tune in with Whittle here. Whittle going down as well. That's exactly what we've talked about most of the game, folks. How easy everything is to mess up. Iowa Harley mounting the AT gun. Well, that's not going to work. Give it one more try. Nope. That is not going to work. So we learned something today, folks. AT gun's a little tricky. I think it's... Oh! They knew the AT gun was there. 3-5 did, that's for sure. Poopy Fish. Tate over here running into a whole mess of 3-5. Tate looks like he redeployed. Poopy Fish, you see where he's looking. Poopy Fish with the zoom. A bit of a bit of a lag there. That was interesting. Doesn't want to show his gun there. Oh, that's odd. But hey, who knows? Let's check in. Let's see what Spears is looking at. Yeah, it's doing the same thing for Spears. Alright, we won't mess with that anymore. Rockets away. You see still back and forth. We're only 30 minutes into this matchup, but not much has changed. It looks like EXO has progressed a little bit further, pushing some of these 3-5 guys back. You see Dedo working his way around. None of these guys have their eye toward Dedo, so he's going to be able to turn. Oh, he gets gunned down pretty quickly. Bergs and Storia making sure to see him just in the nick of time. Cap guns, Whittle still in the point. You see Vengeance accompanying. I'd love to get some armor for you, but seems like most of the where's the one of notes around here? Oh, well. Laggy. Chillin', baby. Made way back up into the hopper. Gotta love that. That brings back quite a bit of memories. Eli, Pope, and crew laying down, trying to inch their way in. You see Hangman, Trillium, Steel City supporter, trying to hold off this push. It sounds like the MGs MGs are back. You see Dirty and Banksy working in tandem there. Oh, Banksy getting hit from range. That was beautiful. Whittle managing to make his way up to... Oh man, that's not good for 3-5. EXO able to take over more and more ground. You see them working their way up to this trench here. Always a rough go at it, plus with Artie having its way, you know how much of a mess this map always is. Larger look at how things are going. Guess we gotta get a little bit closer so we see EXO in the distance. There we go. EXO, just a couple guys holding off the point, able to work the angles, get some kills. They know these guys have to appear at only a few spots if they're going to make their way across this dreaded open field, so lots of problems coming their way, but hey, it is what it is. 56 minutes remain in this matchup if they want to have a chance at going to the Summit Tournament. 3-5 planning to go to Division 1 as they won Division 2 of TPL last season, so this will be one of their competitors they will have to face, so they're going to need to prepare for things like this. Storia point of view. See, I don't even know how some of these guys are seeing these guys. The level that they have is absolutely insane. This is the level of play you see, folks. Storia with quite a jittery setup. I'm not sure what that's all about, but perhaps this is why my KD's not as high as some of these guys. I am not able to see where these guys are at in the distance. You saw Astoria there. Almost could see every single one of them. He just went from one to the other, but not myself. Not quite able to do that. Grenade out. Why, we're not sure, but hey. Absolutely getting shredded. You see this front lines, that's what it's all about, folks. Ooh, cap guns and crew going down. Artillery unable to take out OPs though, so they will be back. Unless I guess they just keep getting hounded every time. Gonna be quite a good call for 3-5. An accurate call indeed. Cap guns and vengeance, you see their OP just meters behind where it's hitting. Ooh. Cap guns, 2 in a row. Let's take a look here. 76 has pulled up to the fight. See if we can see what he's looking at. Nothing much off in the distance. Firing some shots, but I don't think he has anything particular in mind. See this southern part of Southern Edge still completely manned by EXO. Not a whole lot going on in the backside. An airhead could be really cool here if they could squeeze one. I'm certain EXO would be able to possibly get to it to lock it out, but if they got it at the right time or perhaps at the right angle with that bombing run combo, it could be a game changer. Able to walk right in the back door. EXO not having anybody there to cover it just in case. Cap guns, Iowa Harley, Juka. Working their way around. You see the armor firing off in the distance. Iowa Harley getting a reload there by Juka. Hops off the gun though. Firing off into the distance. You see the ricochet. It must have been off the water thing. That's pretty good. Flare goes live. That's going to be a 3-5 flare. All of EXO is marked. Black, Jack, Dirty, and Sin. Marked up by SGM Sapper. We've got Bible Swan and his crew working the angle over here in the western portion of the map. You see the rest of the battle going on there. We got Sit on My Death Face at the helm for Exodus, making his way back to the front lines with some supplies, surely to get his reinforcements what they need. Squiggly, Ricondo, Puff, Trillium. Squiggly and crew trying to put in that work, be that one that makes the difference, able to penetrate. So far in much of a stalemate, just like the rest of the team is. But we've got 51 minutes left in the stream. And so far, it is anyone's game. Puff with the rocket, long range. Back to midpoint. Narkill, Whittle, Cap Guns, the same names you've seen all game. The only ones left, just 3-5, completely unable to overwhelm them with firepower, I guess, or get them out of their little hole. They've worked all the angles properly. You see Ghost flying in the distance there. I imagine he might have gotten hit with a rocket or something. That was kind of funny to see. Ricochet comes off the 76. Do we know where from? Damage has been done. You see the barrel flaming there. .76 firing off in the distance. It looks like it can see something, but I'm not particularly sure. We've got EXO armor out east somewhere, firing in. You saw them take out that AT gun just moments ago. Eli Pope zigging and zagging like a crazy man, hits the deck, trying to do anything he can to wiggle his way in that midpoint. I'd say if 3-5's able to do so, they'll have some success possibly at taking it, with just given the buildup that they have and the overwhelming force that they will end up applying. There's the airhead that we spoke of, though, folks. There is the airhead that we spoke of. It's exactly where we called. We've got one player, it looks like, from EXO able to call it out, so it's going to be known, that's for certain. But 3-5 has a fighting chance, folks. I didn't hear the airhead plane. I don't know if you guys did or not. Juka, Muhammad, Vintage Goblin, Eli Pope. Look at him just throwing shots back and forth. Kobe won. 3-5, overwhelming EXO with the point, but the explosions happening, just erasing 3-5. Oh, already hitting a bombing run coming in now. Looks to certainly knock out any remaining airhead there might have been. We've got 4 OPs to work for. Or I'm sorry, to work with, rather. If you're 3-5, but you got Randleman and Detto working their way in, trying to clear them out. You've got one right here, right there in the middle of your screen. You see it? Spawn comes, Nam. Oh, Randleman with a big play. Gets 5. Detto moving up. I'm sure he's listening to Randleman. Sees the OP. Ends up taking it out as well. There's another one over here. Sending you one round of get out of here. Forget about it. Detto, Randleman saving the day there. Working well in tandem with Command. Man, that was an awesome attempt. We called it earlier, folks. I told you that's what's going to have to happen if they're going to weasel their way in here. They've allowed all of EXO to work their way out of the point and out of those back lines. So very cool to see that come to fruition. It's almost like they're mind readers, guys. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. Anyways. We are back at it. Bergs, Joker, still mounted up in the same position. Going back and forth. Capgun's getting a little bit more daring. You see Joker firing into the distance. I don't think he sees Capguns. He doesn't. Capgun says, ha! Made you look. The Muhammad coming back. He's going to run into Capguns momentarily. Cap, go yap. Ooh, gets one on the Muhammad, but doesn't send him down. Muhammad able to return fire, takes him out in a crossfire now with Whittle. And the spawn comes, help arrives just in the nick of time. Whittle going down. That quickly, folks, how things can change. Anything can happen. We still have 3-5 in the back lines. Standing strong, that's going to be Smellingwood, Painter, Brian, Skeeter, and Field Snipe. Loads of riflemen here. Surprisingly, you would have thought you would have saw more AT and satchel combo, or something with the satchel or rockets, etc. But hey, I don't make the rules. Flare is up again, and by golly, they are bright this time Dang. Definitely, the devs did a great job utilizing that brightness to show up on these night maps. I got my stuff turned all the way up for you guys out there, that way you can see, but artillery's starting to make its way down. Not a fun time at all if you're Captain Oh Boy and Story out here. Story going down to Artie. Yeah, EXO Artie's going to focus now on this front door and force everybody out and around. It's going to be the whole game plan there. If they're able to do that, they've got Southern Edge pretty much locked down, so we shall see how it progresses. You see a large 3-5 push happening in the top right of your screen. Trying to work in tandem, gain some ground on that eastern side. Savvy, Bergs, Jimbles, Winter, Captain Oh Boy, all of which still in position here. Trillium as well. I mean, you see the level of just back and forth it takes here, guys. These guys haven't progressed much more than 50 to 100 meters since the beginning of the match. It's just been a steady back and forth, a fight for every meter. EXO with a large setup out there. Try to get a Trill POV for you guys. There you go. I don't know why it doesn't show the gun for some guys. Maybe those are the Cronus guys. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. It's obviously the game. But things are about to get real dirty here for Trill Daddy. Pop it for Trill. Alright, 3-5. Another flare popping up to the western side of the map. Black, Puff Puff Pass, Betty Washed. Jack and the boys, you see Nam and crew working their way through the trees. Sergeant Major Sapper trying to put in work here, but Puff Pass and some of the boys working their way through the trees as well. It's kind of a battle of do you see me or do you not. Egbert working his way in with Deathface and crew. Egbert gets stuck off. Taken out by cap guns. Deathface and his crew, the lone squad in the point for 3-5. Vengeance, look at this. They're gonna come in like hounds. Like Brittle, Vengeance, Lucas. The moment they realize Travie. Yeah, the moment they realize the 76 is here, watch this. Whittle, yep, watch this. Whittle with one to the rear. Deathface. Crew driving it right in. Taking another one. Bend over and take it. There we go. That's what we're talking about. 3 is key on those heavies, folks. Going to be rough time. Not sure if that was just a frustration at being taken out or what, but loss of a 76. They're not going to help the team any. Big mistake alone, as it did absolutely nothing, but I do like the balls. Not sure where the garrison is for EXO. You see most of which obviously are going to be working off of an OP, unless they absolutely have to, so not really something you're going to you're going to see much of unless excuse me, unless one team really gets put back on their hindquarters. But we are here. You see 3-5 armor in the distance. Girth Brooks and crew working their way around. They've got a 76 as well. Shots hitting over here. I think somebody's trying to fire at somebody, but they're hitting trees. Sandman, Kobe 1. 2 ATs sending some rockets downrange. You see Puff Puff pass back to this side. We saw him in the trees moments ago. Poopy Fish still manning the helm. Off to the east. Misery Foy going down. Let's go see. Light Gar Scoob. EXO with an obvious airhead of their own. Getting back in behind. Garrison has been marked, but excuse me, that's not going to matter. Trill and the rest of them in here. Jimbal's coming up from behind. Hoping for him that he's able to find that. EXO being uprooted from the point as of right now. Defenses are still coming. Another spawn wave comes in by EXO. Right there off the OP in the trench. I mean, these guys are pretty well set up right in the point. Misery Foy hard cap where they left their OP, so Sandman going to be one of the first ones to try to clear him out. Let's try to get a Sandman POV. Point of view, Sandman pushing the point by himself. Time to defend. He gets Sean. Takes Sean out, says, I'll shoot you again. OP drops. Lucas goes down. Sees him right there on the edge of the building. Travie, one of the only ones left. Wow. I'm not sure what to call that. That was sheer luck. Got him right through the window. Able to help put on quite a defense. Takes out multiple OPs in that POV. We've got just one EXO remaining on the point. Full defense has been called. They've locked it down. Unfortunately, though, by doing so, they've lost a good bit of ground between the 2 points. And that is not what you want to see if you are 3-5. However, woohoo! Push out to the west is as so. Bip Diesel, Brigadier General War Daddy, Eli Pope. 4 squad leaders spread out fairly well. You see fighting for ground. Puff Puff Pass back on this side. Trill and company back to their designated locations. Much of this higher level gameplay, guys, is all about discipline. Staying in your spot and then obviously being able to shoot is going to play into it as well. Loot up, rounding the corner. Firing frantically with the STG. You see the BAR from Brian taking everybody out. Loot up dropping as well. Brian goes down now. Z-Fork, the only one remaining in that whole little mashup there, guys. Absolute carnage. Bombing run taking place. And it's right over here. Try 3-5 trying to force EXO back off of this, but they miss anything that matters. It's bombing run unable to take out that OP or anything. You see recon tank dropping in one hit. Hangman catching somebody looking. Jimbles and Brian going to be the only ones there. Let's take a peek back on mid. Southern edge. Still being protected. You got Travie, Whittle, Cap Guns, Narkill. The same guys all game, guys. That's what I'm talking about. The discipline here. Staying in your lane unless you're designated to hop around. You see 3-5 armor in the top right of your screen, throwing some rounds down range, but not able to do much. Quigley here just with the sniper rifle, picking fellers apart. That Car 98 able to reach out and touch. You see the nice rocket comes in, cannon shot by the 76 in the distance. Girth Brooks, twisted and whizzed. Okay, I was what is that? But that's Allied supplies. Let's go ahead and take a look back over to the east now. Flares are still incredibly bright with this new update. You see how that works, folks. Devs wanted them to be able to show more area and work a lot better on these dark night maps, so that is a lot of the reason why you're seeing this the way you are. Rockets going back and forth. Both teams putting in work. Painter up here. Perched up, he's got the M1 carbine. Oh, gets taken out by Vengeance. Push is short-lived. He was almost able to get that OP. Boy, that would have been huge. Bob Ross, Storia, Winters, and Nam working their way down there. Gonna have to try to get the pinch on to make anything happen there. It does, however, look like we've gotten a bit of a 3-5 push coming from this back side now. Puff, puff, pass. Trillium and the boys seemingly have been forced out of this location. 3-5 now rallying the troops and getting some guys on OPs. We've got several of which manned up in the houses and around the town square here. The woods now being flooded by 3-5. You see armor approaching in the distance. This is Raider and his crew. Tiger working up, trying to neutralize that 3-5 push, but also not give itself away too quickly. We saw Axis supplies land here. It's interesting. Yeah, you see both teams really vying for this position over here. Getting a supply drop on both sides now. Just Egbert dropping in the distance. And just like that, the push is neutralized, folks. Cap Guns, Recondo, Travi working the southern part of Southern Edge still. Ledford manned up behind the silo over here, the little haystack. He's been there for a while, just unable to progress. It's what we talked about earlier. Midpoint is really important in matches like this, and on maps such as Foy, all of those open lanes. I mean, look at this. See all of that absolute carnage. Total madness if you think you're going to make it across any of these fields against a team like either of these. No way at all it's going to happen. So Travi, Cap Guns, Whittle, Vengeance, Quigley still in the point. Ledford making his move now. Ledford POV. Ledford. Vengeance off to his right. I don't think he saw him. Vengeance sees him though. Shabbat Shalom, he says. Right by the OP. Look how close he was to taking out Travi's OP. So unfortunate that was. EXO now being forced to put a good half of their manpower almost back on these back lines to neutralize this 3-5 push from the backside. 3-5 working the clamps if you look at the map. gaining ground ever so slightly, working their way in. They're starting to overwhelm the southern edge. As we speak, are we going to see a 3-5 cap? That would be devastating for EXO at a time like this. Definitely something that can happen. We've got 30 minutes to find out, folks. The boy needs a new drink. Monticello, Whittle squaring off. You see Monticello smelling wood or elusive. They've made their way up to the trench in this broken house. This is about the farthest 3-5's been to the closest they've been to the point since the beginning of the match. Rocket comes out. I wonder if he was aiming for the OP down there. The only spawn coming in from the middle. Vintage Goblin, Whittle, and Vengeance. That's got to be a Garrison because we see two. Yep. You got two assault players coming right off the same spawn. A sheer giveaway that a Garrison is around. That is not going to be seen with an OP, obviously, as there's only one assault spot available. But 30 minutes remaining in this matchup. The craziness continues. We go over to the east, and what once was belonging to EXO no longer does. You see 3-5 taking advantage now of getting all of this area back. Poopy Fish, Brittled Little, Tex, Cross, Tate, and Sean spawning right at the last minute, able to take out the 3-5 infantry that was right about to take out their OP. Crazy luck when it comes to timing. Capguns and Travi making a run back to Southern Edge. That does not seem like a good scenario. The Garrison is still up and well. Eli Pope, Joker, and the boys over there, you see, utilizing that broken house for cover. Meanwhile, Vintage Goblin and Vengeance steadily trying to hold off this push from within the point. Capguns right on the front line. Oh, this is what we want to see. Sniper point of view. Oh, it won't show it. Oh, that sucks. Sorry, guys. That could have been cool. I think that's Carson Grin down there with the MG just lighting Travi up, you see, from range. Hard to even see him on the map with the dot there, let alone if you're Travi. Just trying to stay alive. Capguns, Lucas, Cheeks. Smelling Wood and Eli mixing in here. Cheeks making a mad dash, trying to get that OP. Does he get the OP? He does not get the OP. Just mere steps away from taking it right back from 3-5. Capguns, however, will get the OP. Does get around. Drops the OP. Eli Pope surely knows it now and drops to MG fire the moment he steps out. Just like that, EXO reclaiming the southern part of Southern Edge. Field snipe, now's your time. Oh! Lucas was watching and waiting. Loot up there with a MG covering as well. You see Whittle and Travi, Vengeance, top tier guy. Holding off this 3-5 push. A look from 3-5. Look, 3-5's lost so much ground since the last time we looked at the map. They were right here. Putting the clamps on. It looked like they were about to possibly take mid, and then now, who knows? Who knows? We've got 26 minutes remaining. Ooh. This is a late one for me. Not done this in quite a long time. Monticello, Carson Grin, Joker. See these guys nearly being pushed back to Bisbee Foy. Monticello goes down. He's out in the open. Surely wasn't going to last very long. Loot up 420. Monticello trying to make that push straight up the pipe again. I love the relentless effort because all it takes is that one time of getting through and it working out for you, and then your team caps. But golly, we all know how difficult that's going to be now. Bigger look at the map over here. We've got 3-5 working their way in. But EXO steadily holding off every lane they have to work with. That is how it is done, folks. If you're a newer team out there, take note, watch this, and learn. It is about controlling all these points. Every single one has its benefits, and obviously things that detract from it as well. But the more you know and the more you're able to understand, the more you realize that this game is simply about shutting down lanes, building garrisons, and outperforming the other team. If you win your gunfights, it makes it awfully hard for the other team to progress. But I digress. Captain Oh Boy and the gang. Look at these 3 engineers saying, I don't think so. There's no way we're letting the 76 die. It'd be super cool if he just crept in first gear while these guys slowly continued to fix him. That'd be nuts. Oh, already comes in, wipes them all out. That's what you love to see. Whew. Yikes. Again, a complete standoff. Every lane has a wall. There's just a line drawn in the sand. You see even moving trucks. Nearly impossible right now. Laggy just gunning him down. Absolutely gutting for 3-5. 22 minutes remain in their season before they go to Valley. Unless they are able to turn something around here. Gonna be rough. You see the usual cap guns. Vengeance, Whittle, Narco. Steadily holding on to the southern side of Southern Edge. Vintage throwing one out downrange. Switching up. He was a squad leader moments ago. Now he's an AT. Cap guns making the dash. Pushing his way. He's got to make it just meters ahead to take out this 3-5 spawn. He doesn't choose to. Oh, there he goes. Hopping around like a bunny. Hits the deck, just waits for Brian. Ends up getting taken out, but that is what you expect to see, folks. Made it right past each one of these guys. Didn't manage to take the OP out, unfortunately, but proved that it can certainly be done. I look for more EXO to attempt that here in the coming moments. You see the point completely surrounded. Not much inside, but enough to ensure that EXO has not lost it thus far. Artie for EXO landing in here south of Southern Edge, right between, just pounding this front door. Lieutenant General Bergs has been at the helm here the entire time, but see, just not a whole lot going on. Stalemate is a stalemate is a stalemate, and that's what we've seen so far. The northwestern side of Point still being held down. You see Steel City, Puff Puff Pass. These are two you've seen up here nearly the entire game. Just Egbert and Bip trying to do something, but slow and steady wins the race, unfortunately. Skeeter taking one, golly, from range. See the shot come in just from the middle of your screen. Still Inspector and Anti-Tank Frank out in the distance. Sending another one in. I'm not sure if they don't see it or if they just have an off angle, but this armor unit's able to return fire. But they finalize it right there. We all knew that was going to happen. That light tanks realistically stood no chance. Joker throwing the rocket down range, able to connect. Puff Puff Pass, unable to land on his own. Joker sends another one right over Puff's shoulder. Puff drops Joker. Field Snipe's next. Field Snipe, forget about it, he says. Puff on these, mein Freund. Midpoint still under assault as they always have. We've got marks on the back lines saying that there's an EXO push behind the point. Let's go see what we're working with. We do have a few. We got both sets of recon, and we have a couple squad leaders now have made their way around. For EXO, I do believe they most likely would have had to have like an airhead or something. Never gonna find that unless we see a spawn wave, but forget about it. Misery Foy, absolutely unmanned completely. 3-5 and 3-5, nowhere to be found right here. EXO walks right in the back door. We've got a garrison spawn coming from Blue Chew and crew. But what would Jesus do? Who knows right now? Perhaps he'd be a conscientious objector, so you never know. Forget about it. EXO, 50% cap here. If they're able to cap this, this is going to throw 3-5's entire game plan off. And realistically, there's not much chance that they're going to have to come back and make this a thing. Bombing run coming in now for 3-5. You saw the spawn just north. It looks like Tate managed to land off of it. I don't know. I don't know if that's just an OP back there or not. We're not sure. Defense making its way back in. Trillium, the Lone Ranger, will get a POV. Trill POV. POV Trill bomb. All by himself. Putting the OP up, trying to get the boys in. It says enemy too close. Skeeter! Jumping in. Taking a bat to his knees. Forget about Iowa, Harley, Banksy, Travie. You see EXO putting the clamps on Recondo, trying to find this Garrison. I believe he's got it, folks. Recondo, if nothing else, has got to have this locked out. Oh, Savvy saving the day. I think he got a headshot off. I'm not sure, but if that's the case, Recondo not going to be able to be marked. But the flare goes up. Defense is able to move in and shut down this EXO push. But going to set 3-5 back a little bit. And they need all the time they can get. They've got under 15 minutes remaining. Remember, it takes 2 minutes to cap a point. One of these teams is just 14.5 minutes away from going to the Summit Tournament. The other going to Valley. And that is final, you know. That's the way it is. Shot coming in. You saw the 76 take one here. Ever-evolving battlefield that this has become. You see what we spoke about earlier, Southern Edge. Cap Guns and crew doing their best the entire match. Trying to progress further south. Able to get some action over here. Smellingwood got a Tiger right next to you. It's Modelo time. That's a big F in Sunny Shine End. Smellingwood opts to go for the infantry. Sees the OP. Vengeance wipes him. Vengeance and Harley going to make their way in as well. Tiger safe for now. Oh, man. Final 15 minutes of the match. A second Tiger has now been brought in along with the light. The light takes one from Agent Stone. Randleman by himself gets gunned down. He was able to work his way around. Agent Stone was, but two Tigers going to push and help EXO just walk right into this next point, I fear. Or if not, they're going to make it entirely too difficult to take this back. Perfect time for a airhead. Perhaps right in the point. EDI 4. Taking out the garrison and supplies. I'd be calling out to my recon spotter, hey, drop one here now. The best we got. If he's able to take out Brittled Little and them around, that may be huge. Oh, you see drops there. I wonder if that was the wonder if that was what we heard, you know, the strafing run. I don't know, I didn't see it, so. Tigers in tandem. McNasty getting some repairs done. Other Tiger pulls up, so you see whatever line these Tigers are looking at. Somebody's got an eye on them, yep. And they're both looking the wrong direction, I believe. Could be wrong. There we go. Or elusive. Sending one right in the front of the Tiger. Managed to get penetration. Oh, God. Iowa Harley coming in to get some repairs. Attempting to do so, but Raider and crew taking off without him. The man gets hit. Got to get some bandages going. Tigers both in great position. Flare is up. Guarantee. Yeah, that's... Oh. There's the airhead. There's the airhead. It's the one we talked about, folks. The silent airhead. Tate sees it. Tate sees it. Tate sees it. He's the only one. Tate sees it. I know it. I know it. Tate sees it. Tate, you dirty dog. You see it. Yes. Oh my gosh. Tate sees it. He's going to stop 3-5. The one player that sees it. Tate, MVP of the game right here, buddy. Saved the total backdooring that EXO was about to take. Nobody else around. I mean, look at the map, guys. Rakondo, maybe, you know what I mean? 4 guys. They're starting to move in because he said something, but what a game-changing play there. Tate getting the last-minute airhead. 3-5 having a chance, but being snuffed out right there at the end. That's going to be the last one they have of the game. I look for a bombing run to come in probably here shortly, close to the end, and that be about it. I don't want to call or count them out this soon. We never want to do that, but we've got Cap Guns and Whittle, this full EXO crew working their way down the front door, just forcing 3-5 off of their own point, managing to be that wedge that's much needed in order to corner 3-5 here on this eastern side of the main road. Whittle going down. Cap Guns in the distance. You see up there. Vengeance gets a spawn off. Already landing. This is it, folks. Summoner Valley comes down to the next 9 minutes. We saw the airhead come in by 3-5. Too bad Bible Swan and them couldn't have been there sooner to perhaps be there for protection. But golly. Thought they were going to have it. That's, man, either way, I was excited. That was great. It's a great play. Ricochet goes off. Rockets coming in. You see one of the Tigers is now down the 76 there as well. So this Tiger using both shells now for cover. Very little exposed of this Tiger right now. More so keeping an eye out, trying to help the boys out at Bizri Foy. See a recon flare out in the distance. Still a back and forth battle. We've got some combined arms going on over here. Puff Puff Pass as the engineer, utilizing this Tiger to push down the road, digging EXO further and further in, forcing 3-5 to retreat. Travie, Tate, Cheeks. You see Cap Guns, they've got, oh wow, we got a PZ4 chilling as well. Dedo just utilizing the gun, sitting there. No need for much more. They've got him pinned down completely. You see a light tank coming out from back there. Girth Brooks and crew. Not much to work with right now. 3-5. A little over 6.5 minutes to go. Gonna have to do something really soon here if they are going to take this back from EXO. I fear it may be over. Let's see. Oh, no. Oh, thought we might get a knife POV on stream. That would have been epic. We did not, and that's okay. You see how it's lining up? Artillery for EXO just raining down back here. All around this garrison for 3-5. making this already difficult game even that more difficult. Trying to traverse and hold this front door. EXO now knowing that realistically the game is basically over. They can allocate more resources to this front door, and whatever pressure they get on this next point is that much pressure that 3-5 is not able to put on Southern Edge, and will therefore help finalize their win here. But anything can happen still here. We've got a bombing run coming in. This looks to be an EXO bomber because I don't see it on the screen there. Does not get the garrison, but it does do a little bit of damage there. The Muhammad managing to be one of the most frontal. And just like that, turned to jelly yet again. The battle rages on. You see exactly how intense this has been. Cap gun's going down. You see Bergs takes him out and drops himself just as quickly as he got up there. Narkill working his way in. Oh, and already takes him out right as he gets close to the garrison. He was about to lock it out. Absolute insanity. Rocket comes in again. They know about where the spawn is. They keep seeing him just filing right from behind that building, and realistically there's not much other place to put it. You know, you kind of are limited to the couple spots you can put it realistically, so easy to figure out where they're coming from. EXO not having trouble with it at all. 3 minutes 35 seconds remaining in this matchup. About a minute and a half left for 3-5 to go ahead and start the cap. If not, it's going to be all she wrote. And you see Girth, Brooks, and crew losing their armor units. So coming in as AT, try to help the fellows out as best they can, but not typically a sign you like to see. Unless you happen to watch earlier with WRTB. They, oh, there you go. Girth comes in, shows the infantry how it's done. Because this is how you send a rocket down range, boys. Get some damage on the PZ-4. Tiger's still up over by Tate and anti-tank Frank. Bigger look at the battlefield. You see these 2 points not far apart from each other, just on each side of your screen, but EXO making their way, forcing their opponents back ever so slightly more and more. We've got 2 minutes left. EXO starting to cap 4th point now. They may very well be able to finish this with a 4-1. We've got just mere seconds. And just like that, folks, we are officially under the allotted amount of time that it takes to cap a point. Your next team advancing to the Summit Tournament is going to be Exodus, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 3-5 being sent down to the valley, where they will assumably fight their way through and make it a decent way, I would imagine. Rough go for 3-5 fans. Perhaps a look at what they're to expect going forward this next TPL season. Time will tell. I wish them the best of luck. 3-5, great team. Lots of history here on console. Look how absolutely obnoxious that is. That flare is ridiculous right now. Look at that. The whole map lit up like that. Very cool. Very cool. Last minute bombing run by 3-5. Hitting absolutely nobody. Just to say we've done something. We don't have time, so it's going to end in a 3-2, folks. I'm your host, Don Gotti. It's been great. Thank you for keeping up with us tonight. I'm glad to see this one went the distance. We had some sweet truck snipes the first time, and then, obviously the second time we got to see one as well. So thank you all for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. This has been one hell of a stream. It's going to come down to, gosh, a little over 3 hours, I think. So about double the time that they normally take, but we're here for it. I got some stuff to do. But thanks again for tuning in. Hopefully, if you liked what you saw or you want to see some more, I'll be bringing it every weekend. Hit that like button for me. Go ahead and subscribe. We're on our way to 1,000. And forget about it, ladies and gentlemen. What a match. EXO taking it home tonight, 3-2 against 3-5. Whew. Thanks for letting me be a part of it. Golly. Forget about